The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Sicilian Corner, winner of the Italian Heritage Media Award, with your hosts, Tom Zappola and Mike Glamazzo.
Good morning, Merrimack Valley, United States, Italy, Sicily, everything. We have an interesting show today, Mikey.
You could call it that, yeah.
We have...
Two elves.
What?
2 elves.
No, 1.5.
1.5.
1.5 elf. Now, for those of you that remember, by popular demand, we have Sal the Elf back in the studio with us. Sal was with us last year, and let's be honest, Sal, you hit some hard times.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about that. Our other paisan, who contaminated me 2 weeks ago.
He says just the opposite.
Bullshit. Here's the Malukis right here. These are the Malukis right there. You know, the guy invites Ellen and I for a beautiful stuffed pork chop at his house.
He gets a free meal and he breaks my chops.
Right? We have a beautiful meal, the four of us. We had a good time. Was that fun?
Yes.
We're all feeling great, right? A day and a half later, I start coughing. Ellen starts coughing. I said, what the hell's going on? Monday, we're down and out. We tested for COVID, do all this stuff. I said, what the hell is going on? I said, we better call Ronnie and Elsie to make sure that they're okay, that maybe we gave them something. But you know what the key was? And I'll tell you what the key was. You blew it, and I'll tell you how. So I call him up. Hello? Ronnie, it's Tommy. Yeah, what's going on? Are you sick? Sick as a dog. So he and Elsie were both sick. So we're trying to find the timeline where it came from. Elsie's boss.
It was the prosciutto. I told you that.
That's what I said. He gave
prosciutto.
me. He made these beautiful stuffed pork chops, Mike.
Yeah.
With prosciutto, some cheese.
Oh,
bad
put the prosciutto in the stuff?
Bad prosciutto.
Yeah.
Ooh,
bad
nice.
prosciutto.
Yeah, a
Nice.
couple of slices.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sal, what do you think?
And
Did he contaminate me?
Double thick pork chops?
You
And you
never
bake
Yeah,
them?
you know
I
the
mean,
thick ones and you
Enough.
butterfly them?
They were delicious.
Tell you how to do it.
But we had fun. And Ronnie, Ellen and I, we would like nothing more. We loved nothing more than being sick with you and Elsie at the same time.
Hey, you know what I mean? We're going to keep it in the family. You
Right.
know what I mean?
All right, so listen. Last year, Sal was with us. Sal, we have been so excited.
Yeah, I had a rough year last year.
I know you did. Oh, by the way,
Things gotten better.
I like your sunglasses. You're wearing sunglasses now.
Well, you guys couldn't furnish me better. This is what it is.
It is. Huh? So last year at this time, Mikey, correct me, jump in here, and Ronnie, you were living in Vegas.
Yeah, in a trailer, yeah.
You were living in a trailer in Vegas because...
Do we have to rehash this? Really?
No, just...
You think it's that important?
We're giving the
those
audience
bad
an
memories.
overview.
I get it.
You have
Okay.
bad memories, that's why.
So you were fired.
You only got an hour,
You were
What's the
fired.
cost?
Santa Claus. You were his lead guy, right?
Well, I'm the assembly floor supervisor.
And you got fired.
Yeah.
Because you were banging his niece.
No. We were just dating, Sandy and I. Now we have an agreement now.
Were you having sex with her?
Huh?
Were you-
That's a little personal.
So are you still with Sandy?
Yeah, well, on and off. I relocate in the summertime, but I'm still reside in the North Pole.
What did you just say, off and on?
Off and on. Yeah, we're kind of like we've got like an agreement.
Don't you have a baby with her?
No,
Liar.
baby.
That's what we
See,
heard.
that was a rumor. That was a rumor to try to get me back.
I was driving down 93, and I saw it on one of the bulletin boards.
So wait a second. Did Santa
Electric.
catch you playing bumper cars with her?
No, never.
So
we were
how did
very
he,
discreet.
How did he get word of it? How did he get what happened?
Because there was a few disgruntled elves that kind of they let the cat out of the bag, so to speak.
Now, Ronnie,
were
just
jealous.
again, we're giving you a little background. He got fired for that, and he tried to unionize all the elves.
which we got this past summer.
But you got canned.
Yeah, well, now I'm back.
So you're working for Santa
Yes,
now.
we are. Yep.
But are you working? What are you doing when you're down here from the North Pole?
I've got a little gig over in Seabrook.
In Seabrook.
New Hampshire. Yeah.
What are you doing there?
He's at the nuclear plant.
Yeah, well,
Don't
You would think so.
Don't tell me you're
That's
a
how
toll.
I got this
Don't
big.
tell me you're a toll tick.
no, I'm not a toll
You're
taker.
not working at the Brook, are you?
No, Santa's got a nice summer gig over at the Brook.
What are you doing?
nice.
Can I ask?
I'm just
Girl watch.
maintenance and that's another thing too. It's a beautiful thing. No, I'm not a pit boss, but I go around to the tables if they need.
So this is at the Brook.
at the Brook in the summertime, and then I go back to the North Pole.
Now, can I ask you a dumb question? Do you
ahead.
wear this elf outfit when you're working?
No, absolutely not.
You can't?
No. We have costumes though over there. Wrestling costumes and there's other, other nice animal costumes and so forth.
Ronnie, go ahead, ask.
So, but so you're working over here, Seabrook.
And so, but yeah, you need a map.
No, I
GPS?
need, no,
I
but
heard you got a smartphone.
no, but I need a job.
You need a job? Oh, we'll get you a job.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you get him a job there? The guy's looking for work.
Yeah, I mean, like you get connections.
Can you
I
help
just
him out?
started this year. I mean, this past summer, right after we cut the deal over at the North Pole we reorganized, we unionized, and we got we got ourselves a nice package from Santa.
Oh, so
Yeah,
good for you guys.
What made you relocate?
Well, I mean, listen, the gig's up in North Pole. Once Christmas is over, I know they're always making toys and stuff and doing all the baking and freezing. They get for every holiday. There's a lot of work behind it. So basically, I said, hey, listen, I've got this nice gig. I got an opportunity down in New Hampshire. I tried to get a job with Encore, but it's unbelievable. I couldn't get past the
You got
the
somebody over
application.
there.
Oh, wasn't he working in a casino in Vegas?
Yeah, I was doing the same thing I'm doing over here.
And Encore
Right.
wouldn't hire you, huh?
No,
Mikey,
well, it's not that I couldn't get past the application.
why is that?
Look at Massachusetts has got some really crazy laws.
Like what?
Oh, I mean, I tried to get one at Plain Ridge Park, and I tried to get in with them, and I was looking at the application, and I got scared and confused because, I didn't know who I was or what I was while I was filling out the application. I mean, I couldn't understand the man, woman, he, she, they, them, mine, yours, fruit, veg. I got very confused, so I just. No, they invited me back for another interview, but I just don't understand the state of Massachusetts. They're really committed on the requirements and regulation, allowing personal distinction.
Well, we got a friend over there, Johnny.
Yeah,
no last names, but we can.
No, Johnny Capriello.
Yeah, we can get it. Maybe
What does he
help
do
you.
over there?
He's at Encore.
He's a dealer.
I put his name as a reference.
Well,
Obviously, that's why you didn't get a
Well,
job.
well, I mean,
that was your mistake.
No, but I mean, Massachusetts, man, with these regulations with personal distinction outside of male and female, frankly, I think the state of Massachusetts they're complicating a steak and cheese sandwich.
Do they ask you your age? Because I know you got to be a couple hundred years old. Because
No, I'm not a couple hundred years old.
well, how old? I mean,
Well,
because I know elves live for years and years and years.
I was 48 last year, so that makes me
49.
Yeah.
So if you're only 49, how did you get the gig at the North Pole as a manager?
I'm an elf.
Connections.
I started there as an elf, and then we weren't getting, we didn't have good benefits, and he was constantly feeding us candy, and we didn't even have a dental plan back there. So I figured I got to figure something out in my life. I can't do this 12 months a year for the guy.
What do they do in the summertime?
Not much. That's why I came down. I relocated to Seabrook. I was looking at Massachusetts, but you can't touch the rents in Massachusetts.
So you're living in the Brook?
Not now. I just
Mikey, jump in here
it's
anytime you
Christmas
want.
In the summertime.
Yeah, in the summertime, I come down to the
You live
Brook.
right
Yeah.
on the beach? You
I got
right
a
on the
buddy
water?
that lives in a trailer over in Seabrook. I go visit him every now and then.
Is that where you live?
Yeah. No, I don't. Well, it's sort of like that. It's like a little bit of a. Yeah, I guess it's a renovated.
A question for you. The crap tables are relatively high. Most people have to sit. And you're telling me you're a dealer and you can't sit. How are you able to put the cards on the
Mikey,
table?
that is a great question.
Got a high chair.
Do you have your standard
They do,
chair?
they do have a high chair.
High chair, yeah.
Yes, I mean, it's very simple. I mean, it's physics. I mean, I guess none of you guys do physics. All you got to do is get a chair that that boosts me up where I can reach. It's just my arms are too short. I can't.
I
can't
never see a dealer sit. It's always standing.
No,
can't.
obviously because he's an elf and he knows Santa.
They have these things.
So they
make
treat you
exceptions.
You
differently.
guys ever been to Home Depot or Lowe's?
Sure.
They got these like the step stools. You ever see those? Yeah. Every house has one actually. We don't have one at all. Yeah.
So, getting back to Santa, what kind of a guy is he?
Santa's not bad. He's coming around because of all the changes in the cultures now. He's coming around.
What kind of changes are we talking
Oh,
about?
there's all kinds of changes, man. Just why don't you fill out an application in the state of Massachusetts?
The labor market's very tight.
Very. That's why I was very lucky.
Do you have enough labor? I mean, could you use somebody like Ronnie up there?
Ronnie'd be the tallest guy there.
Yeah.
I know,
Outside
but
of the
besides
accounting
that,
department.
You know,
They're all regular.
And he's got a pulse.
He does have a pulse. Yeah.
Did you ever?
Limited vocabulary,
And I could
but he'll
cook.
make it up there.
And I
He
could
does
cook.
like to cook.
And he likes to cook.
And trust me, he makes poison prosciutto. So let me ask you this:
Back to the prosciutto, huh?
Do you
Try not to cough on the food. Maybe you guys will get through a meal without getting sick.
have you ever had the opportunity to travel with Santa on Christmas Eve
Oh, you don't get it, huh? Of course we travel with Santa.
in the sleigh?
Yeah, he has a couple of... Yeah, what do you think? He does it all by himself? Yeah, he goes into the houses by himself, but who do you think's working all the bags and stuff and getting the stuff out? Two of the boys, but they're the younger guys. They
He's
can
a laborer.
they can do it. I don't.
So did you used to when you were younger?
I'm a floor supervisor at assembly. Yeah.
excuse me.
Tommy,
and inventory control manager on top of that. Yeah.
I'm saying shenanigans.
About what?
Because the satellite, the
That's a
International
leprechaun.
Satellite Station, they took a picture of the North Pole, and there was 6,241 FedEx trucks parked in a row, waiting to be loaded. What are they doing there? Santa brings all
No. Santa uses a lot of multiple modes of transportation.
So basically, the whole story of him in the sleigh.
So yeah, that's
basically
so it's all BS.
BS. It's not BS. He does some of them. He starts in Germany. He doesn't really get that far out of Germany. But then all the other countries and the
Why
and the,
Germany? Because the Christmas tree started
because
there?
that's where it all started.
Yeah.
It started
Does he ever
in
go to
Germany.
Sicily?
Yeah. Huh?
Does he ever go to Sicily?
In the summertime, he goes.
He does.
Goes to
he does.
Taormina.
He vacations in Taormina.
He does. He's a smart man. He's a smart man.
Well, he's got to use UPS now.
He
and he's gotta
uses
use
FedEx, DHL,
Right.
Prime, Sprint.
So let's
XPO.
Can we get back to Sandy?
Yeah,
Are there
let's
any?
get back to Sandy.
Are there any plans in the future with her?
No, listen, I got to tell you something. Without Sandy, trust me, I'd be the poster child for Elf on the Shelf if it wasn't for her. Because there's not much going on up there. There really is.
So when he found this out, did he bring you into the office?
Well, no, he approached me. He pulled me off from the floor while the other elves are making the toys. And he pulled me aside. He says, "I understand you're seeing Sandy." And I says, "With all due respect, sir, she's a very nice lady. And I mean, we're seeing other people." And I says, she keeps me around. She keeps me in her stall, kind of like a pony. So I mean,
Kind of like a pony.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
So this Sandy, is she the one that was in Grease, the movie Grease?
No, Sandy is Santa's.
She
Santa's
was very
nephew.
attractive.
Santa's niece.
She's very
Santa's
attractive.
niece.
Santa's niece. She works in
Well, how do we know
accounting.
that Sandy
She's
was
not?
not
Could be.
She's not a
the
little
niece?
person. She's not a little.
No,
person.
that's what I'm saying. The
No,
Sandy
she's
in the
regular
Grease.
height.
She's
So can I ask you a
like
question?
Santa. Santa's a regular.
Yeah, this ought to be
Mrs.
good. I want to hear this
So
one.
I'm going to ask you this question. She's a lot taller than you.
Yeah, she is.
So what do you guys do? How do you fool around?
Well, think about it.
When you're laying down, you're both the same size.
If we're standing face to face, right?
It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. We are chatting with Sal the Elf, who has recently relocated to Seabrook, New Hampshire, from Las Vegas, and Ronnie Valenti, who got me sick 2 weeks ago. But
Again.
Anytime.
Anagadi.
Anytime.
So, what is the most popular toy on the manufacturing floor at the North Pole? If you had a
It's toys, but like there's adult toys, but we don't do any of those. But Sandy and I, we got each other the thermogun for Christmas.
what the hell is that?
It's the most popular massager on the planet.
Yeah.
Oh,
on
is
the
that the thing
planet.
that you in
It's
your
a
back?
gun. It looks like a
Yeah,
gun.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a massager, but you got to be careful with that. Mine's a smaller one.
So you bought one for her, she bought one for you.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys make those, or do you sub that out to the
No,
Chinese?
that's subbed out to everything. They're all made in China.
So what happens? The Chinese make it, and then they send it up to the North Pole for you guys to deliver?
Very good.
Thank you.
Yes. Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate
Unbelievable. You're pretty good with supply and demand.
Well, no, I mean, I'm beginning to think that this whole North Pole thing
yeah.
is a little overhyped as far as the actual manufacturing of the toys, because most 98% of them, maybe 99% of them, are made in Taiwan, China, Nicaragua.
Well, of course.
South America.
We contract out everywhere. I mean, when you go
So
shopping,
what's
do you ever
built
look,
in house is
listen,
the question.
on every toy package, there's a little note on the bottom. It says where it's made. Product of.
China,
Product of.
Taiwan.
Okay. There you go.
Who cuts those deals, Santa? Or do you guys like you?
Santa's got that's all in finance. Finance cuts all those deals. Again, I'm the assembly floor supervisor and the inventory control manager at,
All right, listen, we're going to
at
take
Santa's Village.
Before we take a break, how many guys under your wing at the North Pole work for you?
No, this is between, it all depends. There's 2 shifts, 15 elves per shift, so there's about 30.
30 guys.
Yeah, not just guys, men, women, and
And in between.
I've never
Women
seen
in
this-
between.
Do they have? Do they have women elves?
of course they have women elves.
The hell do I
How do
know?
you wow.
I mean, what the hell?
How does Ellen get under the sheet with you? I don't understand.
All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We are talking to Sal the Elf, who
What do you mean,
is back.
Sal the Elf. Can it just be Sal? It's Sal.
Well, you're an elf. Look how
Oh,
short
yeah,
you
right,
are.
that's a given. Just can we get back with
All right,
Sal?
Sal and Ronnie.
And Ronnie.
Hang in there. We'll be right back.
He's an elf too.
I'm a big.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries, serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State Inspection Station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler.
Owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
In addition to the spectacular views overlooking the golf course, we have an incredible new chef, Oscar Figueroa.
We still have all the favorites, but Oscar has created a lot of excitement with his new specials.
Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
Ronnie Valenti, an old dear friend of all of us, and Mikey boy, obviously. Mike, you look good today. What's with the gym pants? Working out, are you?
Got to. Eating too much, man. Everybody invites you out to eat.
He's a part-time bookie, too.
I had a first.
I know he is.
I had a first yesterday.
What's that?
I went to get my mail, right? No bills, no flyers.
26 cards.
I got 26
I saw the
Christmas
Facebook.
cards in the mailbox. I looked at it. I couldn't believe it. I actually counted. I opened them up. I took a picture.
I saw that.
26 in one day.
You must be loved.
And I feel bad because I'm not really, I'm like you. I'm not really a Christmas card.
Ellen is.
Yeah, I'd rather call you up and talk to you in person. But 26 in one day, I mean, that to me.
He'll be on the phone all night.
Exactly.
Did he call you? Because he didn't call me.
He didn't call me.
Okay.
Listen,
Maybe I got a card in the mail.
I got a question for both of you guys. I mean, I know that you are, rumor has it that you are of Sicilian descent.
Part. Distant, yes. Germany. I'm more German than
okay, so but you have some Italian in you,
Yes.
and Mr. Valenti has Italian in him. My question is, for cooking, obviously you can't celebrate Christmas Eve. So do you know anything about the seven fishes with that?
Absolutely. I know all about it.
But so, I mean,
I have an uncle who's Italian, Sal Manella, and and I'll tell you something right now. Some of the dishes that man makes is unbelievable.
So when do you eat that stuff on Christmas Day?
Christmas Eve.
Well, you work on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I do, but I'm just saying the family eats. The family eats.
So do you have a favorite dish or dishes out of the for Christmas Eve? Actually, for the whole Christmas celebration.
He makes this stuff called spaghetti aglio.
Ooh, that's
spaghetti
good.
aglio.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Yeah, spaghetti aglio. And I like that.
I do
That's
too.
pretty
You know
good.
something?
There's anchovy in it, and believe it or not, I like anchovies.
So I love anchovy. Have you ever had pasta with anchovy and breadcrumbs? Delicious.
Why would you put the breadcrumbs?
Delicious. You got to try it.
You did that by accident.
No, that's an
you
old.
broke the bread over.
That's an old Sicilian peasant dish.
You toast it.
Okay. You put the breadcrumbs in a saute pan, get them nice and brown. You boil your pasta. Then you also break up your anchovy, throw them in with the breadcrumbs. Then you take your pasta and put it in the saute pan.
Right.
A little wet. Turn it.
That's how you
some
make
cheese,
it a little.
and you're good. And you're
What
good.
about the pasta with the ricotta? You like that?
No, I never had that.
Really?
Ronnie, what's your favorite Christmas dish?
Calamari and storco.
You see,
You make the storco.
You don't
No,
make
I don't
it.
make the
He's
storco.
really Italian.
Calamari I do, but not the storco.
My brother Al, I was talking to him this morning. He says he's the thing he's most looking forward to Christmas Eve, to having storco.
Yeah.
I can never acquire. I mean, it's good. Have you ever
What
had
is
it?
it? No.
Storco is like fish stew.
We have candy.
But it's a dry, it's a dry fish.
Yeah.
You know, you can get it at Borelli's. You have a
get-
Borelli's
I didn't
up
know
there?
I didn't know Borelli's.
It's cod.
Yeah.
It's cod, right, Ronnie?
I heard so much about Borelli's, but I'm always supposed to
He's
go.
talking about. I think Borelli's talking about going up to the North Pole. So you got to think.
How do you make it,
He
Ron?
definitely has to expand from what he's got now.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Do you know how to make it?
I had an old recipe, but I bought it. But listen, when I got married when I was 20 years old, I lived 4th floor on Brook Street in Lawrence. Okay, so I says to my grandmother, I says, I'm gonna get some stork. Okay, good. So I get the stork. I put it in the pan in the tub.
Yeah.
Right.
And take the salt out.
You got to get you got to soak it.
Right. 3 days, right?
Yeah.
How many days?
3 days.
You got to get the salt out.
3.
Oh, 4.5.
It depends on if you're talking to Ray, it's 3.5.
But so I end up. I go to bed that night. Get up in the morning.
Can you
is
say
beautiful.
Minga?
Yeah, you can say me. You can say whatever the hell you want.
So this is it's beautiful because I love that. I love that. You know, the anchovy smell, the calamari.
But don't they put
So
olives
now-
in it?
Yeah. No, but I'm not.
Capers.
No, it's still in the tub.
Oh, it's in
still
the
in the tub.
He hasn't cooked it yet.
My wife hasn't. She didn't shower for tub for 3 days because the fish was in the tub. Okay, so anyways, now the second day, forget it. The smell was like going. The guy downstairs says, well, "What's going on up there? Is everything all right?" Because if you don't change the water, and I never change the water.
I know.
Never change
I know.
the water.
And it gets really fishy smelling.
That thing was gone. I had to throw it out.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
See,
I love the potatoes. The potatoes.
And actually, the olives, the big
And
green
the olives
olives
and the potatoes.
Yeah, they were good.
And the raisins. You put
Raisins, yeah.
raisins.
But I could never.
That's the old-fashioned way. That's,
I could
I'm glad
never
you
acquire a
mentioned that.
taste. I mean, for storco or bacala, I could never acquire
Really?
a taste for it. I just,
It's a lot of
but
work.
you know
It's
what?
time-consuming.
You know what my mother used to make on Christmas Eve, and I still love them, and I haven't had them in years. Smelts, fried smelts.
That was
Those
traditional.
are great.
Those were
right.
Yes, those are great.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
So you just put it in the thing.
In the bread and just
no.
you
It's
bread
flour.
Just flour.
Flour. That's right.
And oil, bang.
But
and the
that
smell
smells
in
up
the
your house. But it's
Then
fantastic.
you pick
No,
them up
that's a
and you
nice
go like
smell.
this.
Yeah. You
That's a
eat,
nice
you
smell.
eat the whole
yeah,
thing.
you eat the whole thing. You eat the bone and everything.
Right.
I've had that.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Those are excellent.
I mean,
My Uncle Sal makes those.
Yeah.
yeah.
Salminio, is it?
No,
Salmonella.
Salmonella.
Salminio.
That's an orange.
Oh,
so
that's
what-
an
Those-
actor.
Yep.
What
He
about?
used to be good-looking dude, good singer.
Yeah.
Died very, very young.
Have you ever cooked?
Not really, no.
So you're not- you
I'm
don't
not
do-
that. Nah, I'm not that good.
Does Sandy cook?
Sandy can cook. Yeah.
Does she make a nice? I know she's
Yeah,
not
she
Italian.
Well, she's very good. I mean, she can read a recipe, so I mean, she does all right for herself. Yeah. She made.
So, what are your favorite? And then I'm going to ask Ronnie the same question. What are your favorite 4 or 5 favorite Christmas foods, whether they be dessert or main courses? What do you like?
Oh, I think I like the smells. Okay, I like a seafood casserole with scallops and shrimp.
Don't tell
You
me
know,
green bean casserole because I'll shoot you.
No. It's a seafood casserole, but see, I'm not that acclimated to the.
You don't have the taste buds for this.
No, I don't. See,
You're more candy.
More candy where we are. So I mean,
Candy.
I've had an anchovy flavored piece of candy. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So what's the diabetic situation there in the
That's another good question.
Now that we have medical, we have a new contract. Thank God we were able to get dental, 401k. Because once we once we
did you negotiate that?
No, it wasn't me.
Let me ask you a question, and I know your expertise really
is in
has
toys.
expanded. Oh, it's unbelievable. Don't you think that the United States government should have allowed people not to take their 401 automatic distribution after age 72?
Well, that's going to go up.
I wouldn't know. I haven't gotten that far in my life.
It's going to go up.
I know, but you must have some older people.
Yes, we do.
No, Tommy, they shouldn't. The market is down 13, 14, 15%.
I'm telling you, it's going to go up to 73.5.
I don't care what it goes up to. We should not have forced older people of a certain age, Ronnie,
what's the
not
percentage?
to have to take a withdrawal.
Well, what's the
Why pay the cost?
What is it? What is it? 8%, Mike?
It goes by your age.
Oh, it does.
And it de-escalates. The older you get, the less percentage they take out. But you know something? You got to pay them $8,800.
That's right.
Pay them over $8,000 in taxes.
Well, the government's got to get their piece, my friend.
So let me ask.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
And you work for Santa Claus?
No, he works for the.
Got to get their piece.
Hey, listen, we just got the contract. Okay, the ink isn't even dry yet. It was in June.
Politicians suck. All right, I'm going to tell you that right now.
You're speaking to the choir.
Question: can we change the subject?
Yeah.
Question.
What happened to him?
He goes off in these tangents because he starts thinking about the government and politics.
It's not right.
And he goes crazy.
It's Christmas time. Be nice to people.
What's VIG?
Is he an assistant
Can
living?
you explain what VIG is?
VIG is the number between what the bet is and what the house takes.
How does that work?
It's usually 10%.
So it's a commission.
Well, it's not. If somebody's got to get paid for taking the what do they call it? Action.
So
what's it called? When an action? Is that what I just heard?
When an accountant, or that's what I referred to my old friend Wayne Peters as, an accountant. But
he was an accountant.
Right.
Yeah.
So when the accountant handles the bookmaking process,
yes.
So he gets 10%. Is that how it works?
Yeah. Now it's different. Everything's online, so that VIG that you speak of, depending on what the point spread is, okay, it's either higher or lower than 10%.
So what about like if the old bookie days when a bookie would take
if you bet $100,
yeah.
It was $120.
Oh, it's $120. Okay.
Right now it's $110. But now when if you make wagers online, sometimes that the odds change where you might pay $130 on 100.
Have you ever taken action?
No, I'm just.
You bet though.
Of course. Who doesn't? Every elf bets.
He has to.
You have to.
What are you going to do up there?
Job.
Yeah.
You got to do something.
So
right?
what is your game? Football?
Well, I like football. I like, college basketball. It's pretty good.
Why don't you tell our listening audience exactly what you thought of the Patriots game? The final
last
seconds.
play?
Yeah, the last play.
It all depends who you had. So that was.
Well, I heard a rumor that your mother always takes the Patriots.
Oh, without a doubt.
So how did she make out? Pretty good?
No, she hasn't been doing well.
She's not annoyed, aggravated?
Very aggravated.
She throws something at
very
the TV?
animated. I don't know. Well, I'm going to find out when I go visit her.
How many bookies got hurt?
I mean, with all due respect,
No, the bookies cleaned up.
How could that be?
Because everybody had the Patriots.
Everybody had the Patriots in that game.
Is he in assisted living?
They played the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, I understand that. If you took the Patriots, you lost.
Exactly. And if the bookie took the act, check, please. I'm out of here.
With all due respect,
in the Northeast, everybody's taking the Patriots, like you said.
Right.
To get down and not
Can
go,
you explain
and
to
not
him?
to go into
No,
overtime.
calling 911. My buddy's not doing well.
Explain to him.
No.
All right, listen, with all due respect, though, you're supposed to be setting an example for little children.
Yes.
And you're talking about
He's helping the economy.
a woman that you were having an affair with.
No. What's an
You're
affair?
talking
I
about-
wasn't. An affair is when. See, you're a little confused. Okay. If you're having an affair, that means you're married to somebody and then you're cheating on them. That's an affair. When you're single and you're going on dates or you're seeing somebody, that's called fun.
Okay.
Okay. I could have sworn we had this conversation last year.
I stand corrected.
So you don't know the difference between an affair and a date.
That's correct.
There you go. Yosemite Sam and a scally hat.
Okay, please. Let's talk about how much time we have left, David. I'm sorry. 3 minutes. So let's talk about, Ronnie, let you first. Growing up, you and I, we grew up pretty much in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
What were your favorite 3 toys growing up when you were a little kid?
Remember the figure 8 little cars?
Yeah.
They had the thing.
Yeah.
Go around.
By battery.
Yeah. It was exciting. It was exciting. I had one bicycle.
You mean slot cars?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell.
Slot cars. Well, how do you think
They were slot cars. They were slot cars.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You had a bicycle? Was it mine?
It had a little didgeridoo that kept the thing on the track.
Exactly.
That's what it had.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. And so I had a bicycle too. I had a three wheeler.
Excuse me.
And
you're coughing on me.
Then I had
I'm not catchy.
So and what I really liked was the horse. Remember the horse? You get on the horse and it had the springs.
Oh God, yeah.
Springs.
I had one of
It was
those.
like me. I felt like Tonto. You know what I mean? On the horse.
How about you?
Remember that
Sal?
one?
What he said.
The same toys?
Same thing?
No.
Well, because you're a little younger than us. Oh, no, you're actually older, but you're younger.
Yeah,
What were some of your favorites?
I like the baseball glove. You know, and you get to play catch with your dad. I mean, I like stuff like that.
What else?
Toys, huh?
What was the best toy you ever got as a kid? Do you remember?
It was like this thing you blow up. It was like a mannequin. No, never mind.
Okay.
Save your breath for your date for tonight.
We're going to take a quick break. We have one more segment with Sal, with Ronnie, and we're going to talk a little bit more about toys. I want to know what your favorite toy was. It was probably a flintlock car. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
You got a Mercedes when you were 6.
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's seaside Italian kitchen and pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibes Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites, and the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once, and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at NorthshorePavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler.
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
In addition to the spectacular views overlooking the golf course, we have an incredible new chef, Oscar Figueroa.
We still have all the favorites, but Oscar has created a lot of excitement with his new specials.
Scallops, seared to perfection,
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
and buttery tender Lazy Man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
Okay, we are back with Sal the Elf. Oh, I can't call it the Elf.
Not just Sal.
Sal, do you have a last name?
You know, do you ever hear the LF, LP?
No.
You never heard of that? You can't be using elf. That's derogatory.
Right.
Just Sal.
How about a short person?
Have some love for the little people.
All right, Sal the little guy.
But now he wants to know your last name.
The little person.
So do you have a last
Well,
name?
I don't know anymore. Little person, little he, them, who, ha.
Do you have a last
Color.
name? No. Elves don't have last names, do they?
Well, we do.
But you don't, divulge it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mikey,
It's very hard to pronounce, right?
Very hard to pronounce.
Mikey, your favorite toy growing up as a kid?
We talked about this last week.
The gun?
I think my Lionel train set probably has to go down as number one.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. But then you had a gun.
I did. When I was 8, I got a BB gun. When I was 12, I got a 22.
You can shoot your eye out.
And we'd be in St. Lawrence walking down to the sand pits. You got the gun hanging by your side open, but you'd be walking right down Exeter Street. You know, like it was nothing. Nobody cared.
We had a kid.
Yeah, but they do that now.
That's the difference. We had a kid in our neighborhood who you all know, but I'll tell you, Gary Peters. He had a BB gun, right? And you remember where we lived?
Yeah.
The L&M Bakery.
Yeah.
Well, every once in a while you see a nice rat in the L&M Bakery. So Gary Peters, he used to get up. We had a garage, and it was diagonal from the L&M Bakery. Gary used to get up on my roof and just sit there
and wait.
See
the eyes.
For pigeons?
Rats.
Rats?
There was a lot of rats around back then.
Of course.
There was.
Grew up in the city, brother.
Near
But
the
they were
river.
nice rats.
Yeah.
No rats in the North Pole.
We used to. A lot of people used to dump where they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
All right. And it created a lot of rats.
South
in
Lawrence.
South Lawrence,
Oh, yeah.
behind the John Breen Grammar School.
Yeah.
So when it got dark out, we would get our cars, and 3 of us would pull up with the high beams on to catch the rats rummaging around, and then we'd be out there with our 22s, popping, popping, popping. It was. This is like 10 o'clock, 11
So
o'clock
you grew
at
up
night.
in the burbs, right?
Nothing. It was nothing.
Yeah, right. Where did you grow up? I mean, just
snow.
Okay, but
It was very
it was
snowy.
outside of the city of Lawrence.
Yes. Oh, it was nothing like Lawrence.
Right.
Well, Lawrence gets a bad rap.
Oh, we had a great running.
when you
I
guys
would
were
think of a
growing
better
up.
place to grow up.
We
in.
had
That's right.
had a
Yes.
great childhood. It was a totally different city.
You look at Essex Street, all right? Just Essex Street.
Yeah,
Christmas
but
Eve.
How about Broadway?
They're doing a lot of
They are, but-
renovations to the city. I mean, it's positive.
Essex Street was a 1-mile shopping center.
That's
outdoor
right.
Shopping center. That's exactly what it was.
It was also a winter wonderland at Christmas time.
Yes.
Or like Friday night
Yep.
or
Sunday, when they
Tuesday,
were because
yeah.
they couldn't be open on Sunday. Sunday
Right.
there was as many people on Essex Street
was
looking
on-
at the windows at Christmas time.
I can remember that like it was yesterday.
Yes, yeah, me too.
Starting at where the Holy Rosary Rectory was, walking up with my mother, walking all the way to Broadway,
Yeah.
and then crossing the street and walking back.
You don't remember the gas station where Superior Cleaners is, do you?
I do.
Did you remember
I
that?
absolutely do.
Yeah.
Yep.
But look at Broadway. I mean, Broadway. How many
Movie theaters.
movie theaters?
There was like
It
5.
was like New York. I
Well,
mean,
4 abutted each
please.
other. It's in the
Exactly.
Guinness World of Records.
Yeah.
It still stands.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pleasure. You had the Broadway. You know the Imposter
Yes.
The guy from the Murs, is it?
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, they made a movie, Tony Curtis.
Yeah, that's right. His uncle owned the Broadway.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
The Great Imposter.
Great Imposter. And it had the glass ceiling upstairs. So, like, if you were sitting with a girl that had a skirt on, you was always looking at the ceiling because it came down, looked down, you know, especially if it was a short skirt. It was a wonderful thing.
We never did that.
It really was. No? You don't remember that?
Did you ever?
No, I don't remember.
You've been to Lawrence in the past.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you ever been to the Warner Theater balcony?
The best.
No.
No.
The Warner Theater you never went to?
What kind of a childhood did you have, Sal?
I didn't grow up in Lawrence. I grew up in the North Pole.
Did they have movie theaters there?
So,
Do you want me to lose the elf thing? What do you think? What?
No, I'm just asking the question.
so we
No, I don't know. Lawrence, listen, you know, if you read, you can learn about any city. I just know that Lawrence, you know, back in the day, back in the 50s and 60s and
You know what it
70s.
was? And I don't know about in the North Pole because you're in a small area.
Yeah, it's a little
Lawrence,
a little bit more condensed.
Lawrence had neighborhoods. And neighborhoods all had their own church. They had their own doctors. For me, growing up, to have Dr. Sapienza, Dr. Quattroni, there were legends.
Yeah, but that was on our side of the tracks. You were in the left field.
Yeah, but they came across every once in a while if one of us was injured.
You know where my house was. Dr. Quattroni rented.
I know. His office was there.
Malucci.
But Quattroni, I can remember, Dr. Quattroni, if we were sick, walked next door with his bag. We never went to the office. He used to walk next door.
I had my tonsils out on the kitchen table. He did it. I was 5 years old.
Imagine
Back then, what are you laughing at?
Right next to the calamari.
No, they used to push the calamari aside. And then you'd have the ice cream.
No infections.
That was beautiful.
No infections either. No infections.
Clover Hill Hospital.
Clover Hill Hospital.
That's where I was
How
born.
about Dr. Scarito?
The father, he was really, for the immigrants that came to Lawrence.
He was great.
He was
he
was a legend.
That woman.
The guy was like you.
Yeah.
He was a legend.
As kids, we tormented Dr. Scarito because she was a nice lady.
She had the office.
She had the office
in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And we would be in her parking lot every day playing ball, wrestling in the grass. She'd come out, start yelling at us, you guys have to leave, and we'd leave. She'd go back in, we'd go back.
Remember that tree that was there?
Yeah.
And used to have the acorns? Right?
Yeah.
Is that what they call them? The acorns,
Yeah.
right?
It was
You know what you
beautiful.
do with the acorns? Remember you used to do that? You used to clean out
Make
the
a pipe.
acorn.
Make a pipe.
No,
a whistle.
yeah.
Whistle.
A whistle, not a pipe. I wasn't into that stuff.
But
maybe
they
you were.
used to put a little something in there.
No, just you make a whistle. Because that's the kind of toys we had. We didn't have no money. What
Yeah, see,
Let me ask you this. Last week, Tom and I were talking about Dunkin' Yo-Yos.
Yep.
Did you were you good with the Dunkin' Yo-Yo?
Yeah, I used to go down. I mean, I'd do the clock thing.
Yes, it was.
What are you kidding
I think
me?
everybody was pretty good.
did the-
Now,
go
there's an
around.
age difference between all of us and Sal, being the youngest. Did you ever play with a yo-yo?
He plays with his own.
You got to blow that way, don't you?
No, I'm just asking. Have you ever played with a yo-yo?
Yeah, but
You make them up there?
it hits the ground. I'm an
That's
elf.
Oh,
Oh,
you shot in the string.
I forgot. I
think of
forgot.
that. I did not think of that.
That's right. That's right.
Challenged.
I didn't realize that.
Guys are
Totally.
bringing up all this stuff.
Well, yeah, but if
Worked
you
on the
stood on a
North Pole.
chair,
Wait a second.
Eat
If
you candy.
you stand on the
Cleaning
chair.
stalls.
Well, I have another question then. You drive. How did you get your license? What do you drive for a car?
It's got a high chair like the kids.
You can drive
We
a
didn't
car.
have cars in
But can
the
you-
North Pole. We had sleds.
So you don't have a car?
No, we had a sled.
How you getting around over here now?
Huh?
You got a high chair for the car now?
No, I don't I take Uber.
For Seabrook.
I take Ubers where I gotta go.
Okay, because I got a buddy of mine who does Uber stuff. Johnny does a lot of stuff.
You know, you get two different elves here, man. We get an elf
Well,
from
he's
the
not an
North
elf.
Pole.
He's
He's an
not
elf
an
from
elf.
Lawrence.
Oh, man.
I had the.
He's a local elf. I'm not.
So, my favorite toy growing up, my father was a big gambler, as Mike knows, and I think Ronnie and I think you know, big gambler, and he won, and he put the money aside. So we were having the house because he won. won like 20 grand. This is like in the early 60s.
Back then.
Big.
A lot of money. So we had
He
the
hit
house.
the perfecta, did he?
He hit the superfecta. Woo. We hit the so he had the house remodel, and one of our carpenters, the late Joe Laudani, wonderful guy. I was always banging, Ronnie. You know, I was banging. So he had an old set of Gretsch drums from the 1930s. He brought them to my house. He said, "Here, you can have them."
Wow.
If I had those drums now, forget it.
Yeah.
So after a year or two, my father bought me a set of drums from Constantino's. I don't know how much. I mean, I don't know how much he paid for them, but I remember. I'll never forget. It was a total shock. And on Christmas morning, when I woke up and those drums were set up in front of the Christmas tree,
Your eyes bunged.
I could not freaking believe it.
What floor did you live on?
The whole house.
Oh, you didn't have a grandmother on the first floor?
No, we were on one side. It was a big house, 9 rooms, on our side.
Oh, it was side by side?
Yeah, where Dr. Quateroni was, his office was on the first floor, and my grandparents were on the second floor.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
I was just wondering when we were playing the drums how much...
Oh, and my father had... Again, because he hit the sordis off to my room, he had a little... like a little spare bedroom. He had it soundproofed.
And how many phone lines did you have coming into the house?
Up on the third floor, they probably had about 15.
A lot of friends?
A
lot of phone calls.
They had a nice working relationship.
Did he?
With him and Pat Fiorino and...
Did he have a lot of
Uncle Peter?
Lawrence Police Department personnel?
They were his customers, as a matter of fact.
Anybody from the North Pole?
Anybody from the Archdiocese?
No, was Ned? No, Ned Leone wasn't involved with that stuff, right?
No.
I wouldn't know.
He was a pharmacist.
Oh, he was.
He was the pharmacist.
Can I tell you one more story?
No, don't tell us that story again.
About the late Ned Leone.
Then I'll tell you a story.
I'm 16 years old, and he owned a place called Leone's Pharmacy down on the corner of Newbury and Essex, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm 16
Is that
years
where
old.
Branco's is now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Across the street.
I'm 16 years old, and I'm ready to do the deed with my girlfriend.
You're ready to do it.
I'm ready to do it. So Ned knew my father. They were close. He knew him very well, and I didn't know that he knew me. So I walk in, and I say to the pharmacist, "Hi, Mr. Leone. I'd like a package of Trojans, please." He says at the top of his lungs, "Mr. Zappler, you want Trojans? What size?" I turned around and walked out the door. 16 years old.
They have sizes on those things?
No, I don't know. I think he was joking at the time.
It was just his sense of humor.
He sounds like he was a funny guy.
He was a riot.
He had a sense of humor.
He was a riot.
I knew your father very well.
It's not his father.
Who was it?
It was his
Sal,
uncle.
my father was
Wasn't
Ed.
he wasn't your stepfather?
My father was Ed the Elf. Ed.
Ed
You're
the
confusing Ned with Ed.
That's
Ed.
what it is.
I
Ed
think
was
you're
my-
right. I think he's in the home.
He is. Really, you're ready. You're ready.
Bridges.
He's definitely.
Hey,
definitely
listen,
ready.
we got a couple of minutes to go.
Do we? 3 minutes to go.
So Ned, I'll tell you a story about Ned. So Ned asked me to do some work at the house. So I says,
This is a funny story.
He says to me, he says, "Can you do some?" I says, "Yeah, I'll do some work at the house. You want the little painting and stuff?" I said, "Okay." He says, "How much is it going to be first?" I says, "I don't know, Ned. Between 50 and 100." All right. So come the end of the job, he says, "How much is it?" I said, "It's $90." I says, No, you don't understand. He says, between 50 and 100 is 75. Here you go. Now get the hell out of here. That's a true story. I couldn't tell his son. Because I was just like, I figured
This Mr. Leone was a frugal man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat you.
We have a minute to go.
Yeah.
All right. Listen. All kidding aside, he's not an elf. I think we all know that. Mark Leone, your dad was a great guy.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
No problem about that.
God,
believe it.
he left us too early.
I miss him.
We all do. And his last words to me, the day before he passed away, we were doing the St. Alfio Christmas party. And he was shoving meat pies in his mouth. And I says,
why was he always
He did a
the
lot of
first
damage
one?
at
Why was the first one?
He
in
did a
line?
lot of damage at buffets.
I said, Ned, why don't you have another meat pie? You know what he said to me? If it's free, it's for me.
You know how many meat pies he had in his trunk of his car? He always kept on going
He was
out.
a great guy.
No, that's the wrong guy. That's the
other guy.
That's the other guy.
The other.
All right, listen, Ronnie, thank you so much, man.
All right, bro.
Love you guys.
Ronnie.
Sal.
Merry
Mark,
Christmas, fellas.
Nice seeing you.
Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas.
And to our viewers and listeners,
hi to Santa.
we hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas. We love you guys. And by the way, next week we have a repeat show. It's going to be last year's Sal the Elf show. So we get the week off, all of us.
That's the show that we got the most correspondence about.
We did.
And that's why we're running it again.
Absolutely.
It's amazing what happens when you let the elf talk.
With that being said, remember, if you can't make fun of yourself, please don't make fun of anyone. Have a great Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Be kind to everybody.
Even the little people.
Even the little.
Audio Jungle.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.